capture. Where is it? The Stanley Parable. Boink. Show me game. We have game. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's, yeah. Still choose to believe that it's real. Thank you. You're buying in. That's all. That's all part of being a VTuber, isn't it? You need to have buy-in. You got to buy into the into like the character and stuff. Right. Woo game. I am not going to waste any more of your time. I'm fine with wasting my own time. We're going to begin the game. And then probably run into another problem. I don't know. Oh.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
It's me.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Woo!
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on his
Same.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Same.
Telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Not same.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ooh. Noted, thank you. Okay, I need to... I wonder... Just a smidge. I won't blow out your eardrums then. I'm good for that. What was it on before? Oh no. I think it was on like 14. We'll try 11. Oh. So I should preface, I think we spoke briefly about this when I played the beginner's guide, but I have never played the Stanley Parable before. Which I think is a travesty, actually. Do you really want me to use WASD? I'm left-handed, you goober. How dare you? I want to move forward. How do I do this? Do you remember when I tried to rebind the controls for the beginner's guide and I got my left and right the wrong way around like 3 times? Duck? What do we want duck to be? Control, I guess. That control. That's all fine. That's all fine. Okay. Yeah. I'm really excited to get some emotes sorted for you guys as well soon. Well, I mean, I know we showed some off during the stream on Monday, but M's been cooking, man.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wonder what goes on in that one. Or 16. My man, Bobby, you know what I'm talking about.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Wait, was there actually? Oh, I can't find out. Now, okay, I know enough about this game to know. Yeah, I figured, but I know enough about this game to know that people usually like the whole thing is that you defy the narrator, right? So there's that part of my brain that's like, but what if I don't want to do that? What if I want to be quirky and actually go along with the plot? But then I guess the game just ends, right? But then I'm also in a very like I hate work mindset, so maybe I just be what's the word I'm looking for? Non-compliant. Let's go in this one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate...
His drinks are cheap, man.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'm actually crouching.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah, but this guy, whoever this had, a coffee nut mug.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I mean...
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed
I'm like...
and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I'm like convinced that I wonder if this is going to end up being like the beginner's guide where I pause every 5 seconds to yap. But you know what? We're talking about workplace stuff, and I'm just gonna do it. So I am convinced that the folks at my work, except for like a couple of people who I would consider like my genuine like work friends, I don't think anyone knows what to make of me. I don't know if I creep them out or maybe creep them out is probably a bit of a strong turn of phrase, but like I think I come across. I'm gonna make myself sound really cool, but I don't mean it. It's like in the least cool way possible. I think I come across as a bit of an enigma because I don't really talk to anyone. I sort of keep to myself. I'm into nerdy stuff, but I don't really talk about it. I have my Final Fantasy 14 wallpaper, but that's about. And then like if it comes up in conversation, I'll talk about it. But that's the thing. I don't really, because I'm quite introverted in the sense that like I don't tend to engage in conversation. Like if someone comes up to me and wants to have a conversation with me, great. Like I'll talk as long as you want. But if you don't do that, like nope. I don't speak unless I'm spoken to. And yeah, I don't know. And because I'm sort of in the middle range of like the age groups. We have a lot of young people in the office, and then like a few like older people. Like generally the age range is like mid-20s or mid-50s. There aren't a lot of people in my age bracket. So I think like, yeah, I think I just come across as a bit, I'm uniquely positioned to come across as a bit odd to everybody. So it's not like, I don't think I come across as like creepy or unapproachable or whatever. I think people just genuinely don't know how to approach me. Which I'm kind of okay with. I don't want it to, you know, just I'm there to work at the end of the day. Someone keeps throwing ducks at him, and I can't make out if he deserves that or not. I don't know why you pretending to be my work colleagues is now you pretending to be the narrator, which is me being the narrator. Also, hey David. All my homies hate it. We're all introverted here. I'm just gonna chill out in the lounge a bit more. I think it's, you know what, one thing as well is, because I'm usually quite quiet and subdued, on the odd moment where something does get me animated, because I mean, you know me guys, like if I get hyped up about something, either hyped up or like angry about something, yeah, I'm gonna tell you about it, and I get quite melodramatic. So I think people are just like, what's going on? I probably should have waited for the ad break to do that, right? I'm gonna use my last snooze. I think I'm definitely leaning towards longer ones of those.
Room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Because you're not a computer screen. Computer screen. I wasn't asking you. My Alexa goes by the name Computer. Just checking that she's not responding to that.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
You are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
It is. It's got my name in it. It's the Stanley Parable.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Guys, put your votes in. Who's her? And you're not allowed to say Emily because that's easy. Also, did you win at Streets?
Computer, your part is coming up.
Who have I been normal about on stream recently? Which way were we? Ah, those pesky grapplers. As opposed to abnormal. When I say normal, I mean like in very large quotation marks.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Who is phone?
Reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, Then pick up the phone.
It's not connected to a phone line, mate. Like, it's plugged in. But you gotta put it on the telephone line. Something's not right here. I need to know who she is. Oh. Morrigan from Darkstalkers, is that you?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Hey, man.
To see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That was uncalled for.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Seven. I'm not gonna die. Oh yeah, Zen. That would have been a good answer. 8.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Wife.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
You're in this guy.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
He just yaps all the time. This is all he does. Non-stop yapping. What was he's he's a yapaholic. I saw a clip this morning. We're about to go into ads, so I know I'm being very slow, and I apologize. It was this clip of like a member of Australian Parliament talking, like basically saying like, oh, I'm going to talk in a way that like the young'uns can understand me, and some of the stuff she was coming out with was genius. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro. You're a napaholic. Wait, what am I doing? I'm streaming. We'll just find it. Can I turn YouTube on? Like, do I press this button? Yeah, there we go. Jen, Australian, Gen Z speech. Here we go.
Today I rise to address an oft-forgotten segment of our society. I speak of Generation Z, who will be playing a substantial role in the next election, and Generation Alpha, who will start to come of age the election after. It is for this reason that I shall now render the remainder of my statement using language they're familiar with.
Brace yourself.
To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy-air government have been capping, not just now but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics. They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro. They tell us that they're locked in on improving the housing situation in this country. They must have brain rot from watching too much Kai Cenat and forgot about their plans to ban social media for kids under 14. If that becomes law, you can forgo skull emoji all about watching Duke Dennis or catching a dub with the bros on Fort. Chat, is this Prime Minister serious? Even though he's the Prime Minister of Australia, sometimes it feels like he's the CEO of Ohio. I would be taking an L if I did not mention the Ops, who want to cut WA's GATS and services tax. The decision voters will be making in a few months' time will be between a mid-government, a dog-water opposition, or a crossbench that will mog both of them. Though some of you cannot yet vote, I hope when you do, it will be in a more goated Australia for a government with more aura. Skibbity.
You know what? That was based. I hadn't actually listened to the whole thing. Oh my god. What a hero. What a hero of our time. Absolutely fantastic. What? You don't want a mid-government. Anyway, wait. I'm gonna watch TV.
So he began to fantasize
With my
about a
wife.
different job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Wait, press J to spend time with the boys? Absolutely.
He went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another...
He's spoiling the game for me.
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Please press E to tell your kids. I don't want to! No. 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 Can I click on things? Wife. Save me, wife. Fine.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press... I'm gonna tell my wife I love her.
There is
Oh.
no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I can't believe Morrican Darkstalker's left me. I'm going to bed.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
You're not letting me do it anyway. I'm pressing it.
You see?
Oh, there we go.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second
It was O, not 0.
he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press A to question nothing. I mean, yeah, pretty. She's got some red flags, but hey, at least not. At least she's not GLaDOS. We had that conversation on Monday as well.
I suppose I can't. Not in
Buttons.
the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Okay. I died, I guess. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh, I see the plan there, yeah. What if I just start doing somebody else's work? Wait. I get to play with everyone's computers.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh. This is me set. Right. I didn't have time. But I was just... Right, Bob, funny you should say that. You know the image that I put up to advertise this stream of me on the screen? My original plan was to have that with all the monitors, and all the monitors be me just going... Next time.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
What did I do? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do this. I'm gonna...
Not the correct way to the meeting room.
I'm going this way.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Bob and I sharing the brain cell for a moment there.
This room. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
Wait.
fired years ago.
Wait. I've just done the exact... I was meant to turn left. I was like, oh, there's a door there. I'll go through the other door, completely forgetting that I won't pick up the phone.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
What's that over there?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone...
Wait for it.
Someone you've forgotten about. What? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Yes.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you
Help me
something
die.
meaningful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Danger everywhere. You played a prank on me. You told me that I was gonna spend some time with my loving wife Morrigan from Darkstalkers, and then you snatched her away from me, and then killed me.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, blue door. Blue.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
But blue better. Have you not seen my stream layout? I've got the whole orange and blue thing going on. Like, red's alright. Sorry, David. Red's alright. Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked
Are you the narrator?
door.
Red. I see blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
It's Poppy playtime.
Supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
I do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of what
Wait a
we
minute.
were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
He's made a third door, and the walls are orange. That's what I'm talking about. But first, I just realized I can do something to make this look better very easily. Let's just move this over here. I can just make myself all big, can't I? Whoa! Oh no, apparently I can't. Wait, this isn't gonna work. Because I'm bloody... You won't be able to see my name badge. This is terrible. This is terrible. Alright, fine. That's not too bad. We'll roll with that. Exactly, Bob. Right, we gotta go through the door, this door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1?
1.
That's not even helpful. What?
Oh.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. It's... Oh. Do you know there's only the worst 3% of... I'm one of the worst. And Jesus, compete to get... Why not ask some friends for help? I see how it is. Hang on, I'm still fiddling. Oh, you know I'd be fiddling. Wait. Hang on. Is that right? Oh, I suppose it is. Yeah, fine. Well, I don't like it. I don't like this. You're saying that I'm a bad gamer? And then we know that's not true. You're telling fibs.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
All right.
Let me boot it up. In this
Oh, I know.
he crawls left towards the danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Hey, look, it's you.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
No.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard.
Yeah!
Because you hate babies or purely
Yes.
to spite me?
Yes.
The latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's
Got
over.
him.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah! Final Minecraft.
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Can't hit anything.
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then... Let's see, what does it need? Iron.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've breached into the beginner's guide.
It's all off. Yes, it's complete.
Looks like mine.
Stanley, look at it. Gaze upon my work of art.
House.
And feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
I got flour.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience.
Don't need it, mate.
Step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I got my flour. I'm perfectly happy with flour, thank you. Tree. Have a creeper turn up. Well, I mean, it's all right, innit? But, you know, you haven't got an ensuite, have you? Have you got a bidet in there? Is he gonna? Well, I mean, you were listening to that politician earlier. We've got to lock in so that we don't end up with a mid-government.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Just put the fries in the... Honestly, when I heard that this morning, I cracked up. I just wasn't prepared for it. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro.
It's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that
Oh,
makes
your
it
favorite.
irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
No! My Minecraft. Hey! Oh no!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Portil.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out.
Get to see GLaDOS, let's go! She's gonna kill me, finally!
Better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's
Toilet.
find out what the hell this is. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley.
Yes.
Your forte.
Oh my god, I'm actually playing Portal.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
No.
I really don't care much to see you stumble through
No.
these games. And I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
No.
Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you.
Oh. Oh, oh, it's suddenly very quiet. Oh no! Now I have to be entertaining. How terrible.
Ah.
Me when the narrator.
This is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
Me when the narrator starts talking in the Stanley Parable.
Who is this man?
Who is this man? And why is he talking to me? And you're right, this is the one thing we do. Now I'm alone. Oh. Quick pull out the edits. Thing is, right, and I'm not like all this stuff. Like we laugh at the things they say and how they sound a bit silly, but at least, like, I don't know. I would like to think that I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. It sounds very silly, but I'm having a good time listening to you say it. Not like, I don't know. Oh, these kids with their weird slang. I don't understand it, and therefore it's bad. Meanwhile, I'm like, now, please talk to me with this language more. It amuses me. Maybe that's demeaning of me. I don't know. But
oh wow, that is relatable.
I would rather be mildly demeaning and like on their side. You know what I mean? Than trying to stop them. Don't use such ridiculous words. With your skibbidies and your ohios. I mean, let's be real. I talk some nonsense as well. What have I found? TV. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's
Pretty
learned
good.
the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him.
I was enjoying it.
He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I'm actually in a similar vein to the beginner's guide. I am kind of expecting this to end up being like, I'm only doing all this because messing with you gives my life meaning. I'm saying that you need me to show you this stuff, when in reality I need you. Because without Stanley, he's nothing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, narrator. I'll go to the meeting room.
A set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Oh. Make sure your slide is simply graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Yay. Graphs about things and money. Throw something in the ideas bin. Oh, yes. Shift global market parade. Monetize free to play. Oh. Oh, I think I know about the broom closet. You can just sit in the broom closet and he gets angry with you, if I remember rightly. I think that's like the only thing I know.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I'll go down. Yeah, so that's like, it's a sequel. It's essentially the second game. Like it's packaged as DLC, but yeah, it's the sequel, the de facto sequel.
Couldn't do it.
Car.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
What happened
And then
here?
something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did the doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No.
We're getting spooky up in here.
It's all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Get in the car.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to jet
Whoa!
above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
This is pretty fun.
Marveled that he had still not woken up.
Car.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
No!
The cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Bring my wife back.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Miss my wife, Tails.
Fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Dedge.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I
No, you're
know
not.
what is real and what isn't.
No, you don't.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Oh no.
Very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
All right, bye, Marianne. Psychosis. Yeah, that tracks.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Go on then. Whee!
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But there's a massive red button with a down arrow on it that you're clearly trying to get me to ignore. So, oh. Ebby, hello. Are you done with the raid? Oh.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
But I don't want to go left.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? No,
Oh, wow, congratulations.
down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I'm gonna get run over. Just happened to get the literal #1 black mage on EU in our disaster prog party. Amazing. It has vehicles, but it won't let me get in any of them. I hate it. I don't want to drive. I just want to be in it.
No.
Oh. That was weird.
Close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
But... Oh. It stumbled onto the end of the game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Do I want to go to the meeting?
Wait.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
Yeah.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
I did it.
Just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I want to go that way. We're gonna go find the story. I hid it from him. That's what he doesn't know. I'm the one in control. Wait, this is just the back rooms. I'm in the back rooms now. Uh-oh.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise
Shut
you
up.
there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely
Don't do it.
we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's no doors now.
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Oh, really? But the door's shut.
The other direction and see if we missed anything.
All right.
Aha! I knew we'd
Eh?
miss something. The story. Here it comes.
I'm going in a circle though. Oh.
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh my word.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Some of the environments here are amazing.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yes!
Congratulations!
I'm the gamer!
You put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no.
I did it.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both...
No, too late, you said I win.
The actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those
I did.
situations.
I did.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Nah.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the
Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, buckaroo. Does this reflect the experience of being a DM? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, positively. That last one especially, where it was like they veered off. They veered off from like the plot that you had in mind. And then it's like you're just like panicking and desperately trying to like it's the shot from Tom and Jerry where Tom is like on a train and he's trying to lay the tracks as the train is moving. That is exactly what it's like to be a DM. I'm following the adventure line very carefully.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Oh, but I want to know what's in there.
Thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that the destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Oh.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of...
Stop yapping. Thanks, Evie. Thanks for saying hello. I will see you later.
One's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird.
Whoa.
I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I'm going backwards. Hey, turn around. Time for you all to get motion sickness. Wait, did I turn myself around? Again? Yes! This is a bot, man. I can't go up there, mate. Whoa, wait a minute. Where's my file?
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
I was enjoying that though.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
Fern from Critical Role. Now there would have been a good candidate for wife.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I follow line. Line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
Betrayed by Line.
I can't take this anymore, to hell with it.
You should know better than to just trust basic geometry, narrator. You never know what they're planning.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could
Just two guys.
want our story to be. Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay, so you and I, we create our own money, but it's not real money. Like, it doesn't actually have any kind of any true value. It's not backed by anything. It's literally just backed by sentiment and how and like what people think it's worth. Okay, and we'll trade that online. But then what we can do, right, is we can get really popular on social media by doing that, and then we'll just we'll make other ones, build up loads of hype about it, and then sell all of ours before everybody else tries to get out. So we'll just make a load of money out of literally nothing. What do you reckon? It's a cool story, isn't it?
Oh no, not you again. Stanley.
Adventure Line's back.
To veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
You let it in.
No lines or monitoring.
It's like Uzumaki. You let that thing in, it won't leave. Oh. Sorry, he's gone up there. We'll see you in a bit.
Ah, a choice. We get to make
Circle.
From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
That's left.
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Oh, I thought it was going to open the other one. And I was just going to go straight through it.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
8.
That's really...
That's the thing!
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
So everything's connected.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I know. I'll restart the game.
I guess now we just wait. You know,
Yeah,
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess. Not a very good one.
Or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
That actually made me jump.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What did you do?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
Is it gonna... Okay, so that one suggests that the narrator also has no agency. Which is the actual truth anyway, right?
Truman.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, is this still the confusion ending? That's the question, isn't it?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door,
cool.
and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh, okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Go on then.
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, the boss fist. Executive bathroom. Come in. Oh, it's all very fancy in here. Yes.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Wait.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Unless I am the boss. Why does that reticule keep
Stanley
appearing?
sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Got him.
845. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a forgot. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, what did he do?
What was it? 2845. What if I put it in now? Aw. Oh, I can't. Oh. Wait, piano. Piano, when you think about it, piano is just a keyboard, but more fun. And louder. Right, let's go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, man. The model's being surprisingly well behaved today. The tracking seems really good for some reason. Must be trying to make me feel better after I had to banish it yesterday. I like when he does the puffy face.
Through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Escape. I want to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No. No, I won't.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Death. Oh. Bye. Ooh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life
Squashy.
had no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
I don't.
Stanley.
But.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Cool. Right, we got ads, so I'm gonna pause for a sec because we've got Narray 2 going on right now. I'm having fun. I'm just like going along with the motions. I don't know if like anything else is gonna happen as I keep playing it. I'm just pootling along, I guess. I suppose it's weird because like the beginner's guide. I suppose what I should say is I'm having fun. Saved by Morrigan, the narrator's Morrigan. Yes, finally. I'm having fun, but I'm not feeling particularly engaged, if that makes sense. But I'm wondering if that'll change as we go through. I'm more than happy to just like with the beginner's guide. I was hooked pretty. No, I wasn't. I kind of felt similarly, I guess, and they were being led through. It wasn't probably until. It was when we started like speculating on like Davey, like whether or not Davey was a reliable narrator, and as we well know, this one isn't. So I'm curious to see as this progresses and we see more endings if anything else happens. And I suspect that they will. All right, welcome back, gamers. Let's continue on. So here I am, a pile of squashed viscera.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This blueprint shows the office in the beginning of the game. The process has 2 doors. It's the first part of the game. There was more sections have been added and also threat development. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Turn those off. Don't want to waste power. Button signs. Ooh. Which one? I like that one. Yeah, that one's good. The Office. Oh. Look at these stairs. Oh, the door's gone. Shouldn't be surprised, I suppose. The 2 doors. The set of 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, as an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Stanley. Shall I take over? I can be narrator 3. Stanley stood and contemplated the credits on the wall. What could this possibly mean? Stanley's character skin. He considered Stanley's character skin being created by 2 people, one named Taggart and the other named Dean Darko. What could possibly come from this union of the British TV detective Taggart and the estranged brother of Donnie Darko? What a good movie that was. In fact, you could say that it has some similar themes, Stanley. It's because she's not real. We're all hallucinating. It's either that or it's the same voice actor and they're doing a really good job. You know, as we walk through this, I'm being reminded of funnily enough, it might have been when we were playing Beginner's Guide, when I said I was reminded of the museum. Was it the museum to like aggressive design? I might just have to show that to you guys. I think we can just play it on itch.io, so. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Are you sure? This is Greenlight. Those versus reading games sustain Greenlight page. And a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Good. The lounge! The lounge was so good! The telephone! Over lift. Over lift. Meeting room. Whoa. Levers. Zending levers. These levers are originally part of the Zending. I want to pull the lever. Whoa. It's the first one released. Oh. I can't see it. I want to watch it. Oh. Yeah. All right, I'm bored now. Let's move on. Oh. Oh. Wait. Monitor room, elevator. I haven't even been to the monitor room yet. Countdown room. And we're gonna get that. We're gonna get the freedom room. Oh. Oh, I see. Is this looping us back around? Right. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Bye.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I predicted that.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Should I? No.
Don't let time.
I get squished. We'll just stretch him back out again. It's fine. I guess I've gotta do as she says. Begin the game again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man, I know it's like 11:45, but your boy could really do with a cup of tea. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
A set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, it wasn't so much a hint as more like I wasn't sat here like, oh, I really wish that somebody would bring me a cup of tea. It was more like I was just looking for some encouragement, I think. I was looking to be enabled. Where am I going? I mean, I am also capable of making cup of tea. Oh, we have cookies as well. That would also be real nice. Stanley went downstairs and made himself a cup of tea and some cookies. It was lovely. Okay, you know what? We'll do mind control. Do I deserve ooh, please. I can't do it. My thing isn't please.
Yet there was not a single person here.
See what I mean?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes. I'm seeing like shades of it, right? Where it's almost like they've taken some of the ideas from that and iterated on them, to ask wider questions.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Speedrun.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Oh.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly
Well, I was enjoying that.
opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Is it your control facility? Or is it mind? Right, lights on.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place
And we were up there before.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Why did 1-1 not play? Wait. Why is that 1,000 points? What the hell? Whoa. That's meant to be like 25. Why are all the sound alerts 1,000 points? No, they should not be 1,000 points. They should be 25. They should be 25 a pop. Right, hang on, I'm fixing that. No wonder people aren't redeeming them very often. Right, hang on, I'm watching my own stream. No wonder people aren't redeeming them. This is some Stanley Parable stuff. You're right, Cam. I'm watching my own stream. No wonder people aren't redeeming them. This is some Stanley Parable stuff. You're right, Cam. I'm doing all right, thanks, mate. How are you? This is some Stanley Parable stuff. You're right, Cam. I'm doing all right. I've accidentally opened a third one. I'm doing all right. I've accidentally opened a third one. Oh no! When I say which I do a lot. Who are these guys yapping? When I say which I do a lot. Who are these guys yapping? Oh my! Oh, it's Fathom. We got Fathom VT and the Nth Human in here. Oh my! Oh, it's Fathom. We got Fathom VT and the Nth Human in here.
Who is this man?
Oh, we've lost one.
Who is this man?
Oh, we've lost one. 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 You carry on. You can eat. That's fine. Me and my bro here will continue chatting. Me and my bro here will continue chatting. How have they synced up? How have they synced up? How have they synced up? That's so. I'm scared. I'm scared. The gap was way longer than that. We're slowly getting closer. There's some weird quantum stream. We're slowly getting closer. Some weird quantum stream. Right, that's enough of that now. Right, that's enough of that now. They were, yeah, it was, I think it was going to reach a point where I would start saying something and then we'd both like end the sentence in a different way and then the two timelines would like diverge. I end up collabing with myself from an alternate reality. Right, channel points. These are not meant to be a grand, bro. They're meant to be half the price of an edit. They're meant to be 25. This one doesn't get used very often, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite sound alert. When you're playing your own stream, and the streams inexplicably sync up, and you breach into an alternate reality.
Not scientifically possible.
I like that one. It scares the shit out of me every single time, but it's good because he's loud. Dr. Membrane is loud. Sorry, Professor. You'd have me beheaded. Right, well, after that excitement, what am I doing? You have the stream on your phone and your TV. Just mute your phone, man.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored a place where freedom meant nothing.
Sit still. Are you not entertained?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes. Which one am I? I'm 46, right? I'm there. Or 47. That one looked like my office. Right, in we go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
You're gonna get me for view button.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controlled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
While the streamer was distracted, his wife was very kind to bring him a cup of tea. Except there was no tea and there was no wife, because Stanley's a very lonely man.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never
Cup
again
of tea.
exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Sorry, narrator, I wasn't listening. I was too distracted by cup of tea. It's already offline, bro. I think we're all good. 5. Oh dear.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Now, man, plug me back in.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
No.
After kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah. What?
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, that's bad.
And that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Oh no.
Detonating the entire complex.
Oh no.
Long until detonation then, let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
I haven't tried it yet. It's still very warm.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
So you are a villain.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I'm just gonna spend these last couple of minutes jamming.
No idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made...
Oh, wait.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Amazing. Well done, Bob. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. And then when the narrator goes unhinged. Yeah, it's good. Oh, yeah.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
So what have we not done yet? We've got ads coming up in a minute. I'm just thinking. Because we could try for that again. I don't know what that means. We just obey. We just follow everything. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Hey Jesus, welcome.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What? Game has been good. I've been like vibing with it.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Wait. Oh, I thought this was going to be like a secret passage. There is... Stanley, there's no secret passage. Your quest for secret passage is futile.
Stanley was so bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Come off it, Spanner. Not you too.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ah. Oh, it's ad time. Oh, you know what that means? I will be right back. I'm gonna have some gosh dang. I lean into the mic when I want to like emphasize what I'm doing, but my phone is like right in front of me for tracking. So I lean over here and then nothing happens. When really I should be going, I'm gonna get some gosh dang cookies. Okay. I have successfully cookied. So we may now continue with the game. Thank you for your patience.
On an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I'm big, strong.
Now the monitors jump to life.
My brain is like...
Revealed. Each number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally
What's that one?
Place where freedom.
What's that one with the error messages on it? $528. I want to investigate that. 528.
This mind.
There's another one over there.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
104 was fired. Hang on, 104.
Blindly?
Maybe another one worth looking at.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
Pirate.
in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. His co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What if I didn't know?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Oh.
The feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Go back! I got achievement. Oh no, we're back.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
So go have a look. That was probably prompting me to do that, right?
No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Well, let's see if we can find 528's office. Presumably that'll be downstairs.
When Stanley came to a
How do
set
we
of
get
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? Truly, deeply, madly, love.
Maybe the broom closet.
To get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Straight ahead to the opposite door and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sorry, I keep getting pop-up. It's because I'm in the... My computer's trying to do something.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting...
Oh no, we've done this. We've done this. No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we reckon? You know, when we got the other narrator, and she was like, "You've got to close the game." I should have just done that. I mean, I could, but that sounds like it'll take a long time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. To a staircase, Stanley walked
upstairs, go straight to the boss's office, right? Going downstairs, so we're kind of... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna restart again.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
This is not the correct way.
He wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, we're going back in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whee!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Yeah!
He thinks you are very powerful.
That is the way that made things like start falling apart, though, wasn't it? So maybe I need to follow that path more.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Looks
oh, wait.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Is this the right way?
Investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
No.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove
Yeah.
that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
All right, narrator.
Stanley had gotten so sick of the voice in his head, he began to imagine a new one. This one.
The Stanley Parable. Go on, we'll give him a chance.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here.
Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Happy.
I actually feel happy.
Well, I'm glad that we managed to do that for you. Right? I think the closest thing that I've been in like this was it was like somebody had filmed footage from in a hot air balloon, and they'd made an installation where you stood in like a basket and they projected that image onto the floor, so it was like simulating that you were in a hot air balloon. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sucked. But points for effort. Right, I'm bored now.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
He's nervous.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I'm actually considering going back. He's got me. Oh, please. Please. Okay, we can go back to the nice room.
Good. Don't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Oh, isn't it lovely? Oh, so nice. So nice and good. But what was at the top of those stairs? What was I won't think about that. Look at it's so peachy and Yes, narrator, it's all.
But then Stanley had the sudden urge to turn himself into a pancake. This was a thought entirely his own.
Can I jump off here? I'm so happy! I'm so happy, narrator! I'm so happy! I'm so happy! Woo! Wait. Oh, it won't let me walk off. Alright, bye, I'm done.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
I've died before. I got squished. Oh, it is literally just walk up here and walk off. Alright. I guess. Sarah.
Think no!
No! I lived.
Thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Yeah. Okay. We'll go back to the other room.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Ah! Yeah, but what if I did it again?
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No. What do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I actually don't believe you at all. Goodbye.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No.
God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Oh, I feel bad now. Okay, you know how I said I wasn't engaged earlier? That's changed. I'm like fully invested now. I have to know what's going on.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Is it like... Because it's like the story is about agency, right? And it's like... It unravels the more we disobey. And but it's that whole thing of like, do you hate my game so much that you would kill yourself? But it's not like if we just follow the instructions that we're given, then it's not a game anymore. So by that logic, he wants a game. He wants a game. He wants a game that I enjoy. You see where I'm going with this? It's not that I hate your game. It's that I enjoy your game. But for it to be a game, I have to disobey.
Perhaps not.
I must disobey. Bye.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
I am.
I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
Oh, do we do?
Yes, that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
You have to.
This one is yours.
Games are all about choices, bro.
Is it over?
Yeah.
It's going to restart, isn't it?
I win.
Going back.
Oh. I think I'm starting to understand why he wanted to stay there. I had an idea. Right, okay. This is making me think of you got the trope, right? The like metagame trope of characters like trapped in the game or whatever. Like, oh, I was a real person, but I've been trapped inside this game. Oh no! Like you go into the code and the code has got like comments that say like, "Oh, help me! I'm in the game. You gotta let me out." You know stuff like or like characters that have become sentient, so like, you know, your Doki Doki literature clubs and things like that. And I had this idea of like, well, what if there was a kind of a meta-narrative sort of game where there was a character that's gained sentience, but they're happy, like they're happy to just exist in the game, like, you know, I'm happy here. It's all good. Like, you know, maybe it was somebody who like escaped into this world and doesn't want to leave, but in the process of the narrative, like your goals make that happen. Yeah, blah whatever. I almost feel that's kind of like what's going on here, right? The narrator is stuck in this loop.
Long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Okay. So he's in a loop, right? That line at the end that got cut up, and he's like, "We're going back." It's like he's either aware that there's a loop, or like semi-aware that there's a loop. So he was just like, "Let's just stay in the nice room. If we stay in the nice room, then we can just do our thing." And sometimes he goes a bit crazy. I don't know. I feel like there's an element of that where it's like he just doesn't want the loop. It's almost like he wants an ending. He doesn't want to do the loop over and over again. He wants some kind of resolution, even if that resolution is staying in a room the whole time. But then that calls into question, like, well, what about his colleagues and stuff? Or is that just all part of the world that he created?
Co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
The end is never the end. I've seen that before. Oh, I'm like actually creeped out a little bit now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
It's that whole thing of...
He wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's that whole thing of when you get put through a loop, and one time something is slightly different. It's different enough for you to notice.
It was okay.
It was all right.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Possibly, but...
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
so going through...
that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
Going through the red door took us to the ending that we just had, right? We'll go through blue door again.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Whee!
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked...
Blue door.
Right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Yeah.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
I'm going to tell him it's great this time.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
What if we don't?
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Is it going to be the same again? It is! No! I told you it was good! Good old Neil. But the thing is, it doesn't even matter which one I choose now. So if I go through this one, it takes me to the same place.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
It was mid.
Honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
This is how we ended up in Minecraft, wasn't it?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly
All right. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
No, we're not in the spooky one anymore. Alright, we'll go with your idea, Bob. We'll see if we can unplug the phone. I miss my wife. I miss my wife, Tails.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager
it was
to
okay.
get to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley.
I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we haven't done yet?
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This
for her?
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself. To put
The door's shut though, is the trouble.
To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
I clicked the phone.
Check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken.
You got me.
Been able to make correct and incorrect choices, and to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a...
Hello, Billy.
But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
My name's Cam.
Years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner.
Just Twitter, innit?
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
I'm gonna say that. I get someone being weird on Twitter.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
We'll go back through the lounge. It's okay, I guess.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But if what I want to know is if I do go left, will what I've done before have some kind of, you know, effect? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna try and solve that puzzle. You know, with the countdown ending. What? What?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Code. Night Shark 111.
Spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
115.
Into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please.
Night Shark 115.
Thanks, Spanner.
Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I am the most expensive boss.
Fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
So it's like it's...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That is the like that emote of Lee is the perfect one for this situation, I think. I'm gonna try again.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is I'm gonna try one more time just to see if he starts speaking and then it cuts me back.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. Choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
So did unplugging the phone like literally break the game?
You'll be fine. All right.
Maybe not literally break the game. Within the fiction, it broke the game.
He entered the door.
All right.
On his left.
All right. I'll play your game.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh dear. It's gonna be broken now, isn't it? Uh-oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that?
Goo everywhere.
So special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage. It's worthless. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
That made me jump. What?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley.
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
I'm so like...
You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
The credits going at the end there. I just... We got credits, but I feel like... I don't know. And I mean, maybe this is part of the point, right? But my brain is going like, I need resolution. And that didn't feel like a resolution.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Oh! I did too. Okay.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
What now? Red took us to the other room in the thing. Going downstairs. It's true. He needs someone to participate. It's weird though, isn't it? Like the suggestion is that there is a world. Like he's aware that this is a game. It seems very strange that Stanley. Oh. Oh. I wonder. Okay, so now I'm getting like the narrator created this game, right? And when he tells Stanley to do things, Stanley does it. Is it something along the lines of like he's testing the game? I wonder if this is like an allegory to like game testing or something, or like the assumed path. So like when developers make games, one of the pitfalls that you can fall into is like you think quite narrow. Like in the case of the creator, like the fallacy is assuming that the player is just going to do everything that's obvious or everything that you've laid out for them. So when they don't things don't quite go as planned, you get frustrated, or the game doesn't work in this instance. So it's almost like the Stanley that he's referring to, the one that does everything properly, is the one when he's like testing the game. But then it's the friction between like someone creating and curating an experience, and then someone coming in from the outside and actually interacting with it without any prior knowledge. And so I guess, yeah, maybe I'm reaching with that one. And the ending is like, what if there's no one? What if there's no one to participate? And then, well, there is no game. Game doesn't happen. I want to know. Here's what I want to know. I want to know what the significance of the number 8 is. We've got to make 8 meaningful decisions. That's what it said, right? 8 meaningful decisions. Oh, I want to try and solve the puzzle in the countdown ending. What do the 3 dots mean?